It's news time. Information is power. Be current. The news headline. Good news. You should let them go. Northern Coalition heads to court asks it to allow Igbos leave Nigeria very fast. According to Punch newspaper, a coalition of northern groups has filed a case asking the court to compel the Senate President and Speaker of the House of Representatives to hasten the exit of southern eastern region of Nigeria. They pleaded that this should be done before the conclusion of the ongoing amendments to Nigeria's constitution. The secession request was contained in a suit marked FHC ABJ CS 538-2021, where it instituted by a group of elders and politicians from the north, led by Nastura Sharif, Bala Rabi, Rufal Abdulaziz Sulaiman, and Aminu Adam. In their suit, they argued allowing the Igbo to secede would end violence and distraction in the southeast. They also explained that this would stop the repeat of what happened in 1967 to 1970, that is the civil war in Nigeria, that led to wanton destruction of lives and property. They also said that this would put an end to the agitations by members of the indigenous people of Biafra, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They prayed for, among others, a declaration that combined the effect of provision of Section 4 of the Nigerian Constitution, Article 1, 2, and 20, Subsection 1 of the African Charter of Human Rights, People Rights, the National Assembly Act, where they sued as the fourth defendant, is empowered to set in motion a framework for a referendum to allow the southeastern region of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to decide on their bid for self-determination. IPOB leaders were behind the killings happening in Igbo land, and they would not fold their arms and allow them to kill everybody. He said, while they all support the idea of Biafra and are against marginalization of the southeast, they would not support any reign of violence and bloodshed in their homeland. He said, look, we are aware that the IPOB leaders are targeting political and traditional leaders. They perceive are against them. They are killing people. There is now a consensus among the political elites that we cannot allow these people to just kill us. We have to fight back. We can't just fold our arms to be killed. We will also go after their leaders since we know them and where they are hiding. According to the politician who doesn't want to be named, relatives of some of the people that had been killed in the southeast have found out that the killers were members of indigenous people of Biafra. He revealed that IPOB has broken into several other groups with different leaders who are now killing, not just for their Biafra ideology, but even as mercenaries. Several high-profile persons in the zone had been killed, with the most prominent being the widower of the late Dora Akunyili, former Director General of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, Chike Akunyili, who was shot inside his vehicle in Anambra State on September 29. This awareness, coupled with reports of the existence of IPOB's killer squad hunting for adversarial members of the elite in the zone. Traditional rulers, politicians, and priests had also been targeted and killed by a killer squad said to have been created by the group. IPOB was set up by Nnamdi Kanu, a British Nigerian, in 2012 as a Biafra independence movement. While it claims it would pursue its agenda through peaceful means, its modus operandi seemed to have changed after the arrest and arraignment of its leader in 2017. Since then, and most especially since 2020, a violent campaign against security facilities and personnel has been waged in the southeast. The violence were usually attributed to unknown gunmen by the group, but security agencies, especially the police, have accused IPOB of carrying out the arson and murder through the Eastern Security Network, ESN, which was established by the group in December 2020. Now, it is believed that the ESN, which initially said it was set up to protect the people against murderous henchmen, has transformed into a killer squad trying to silence the elite in the zone. The bestiality of the group is so well known, and that most politicians or other leaders opposed to the operations of the group are afraid to go home because they know they would be targeted for elimination. Therefore, the leaders saying that why should killers be walking free? It is wrong, and now we are ready to kill them too, confirmed a senior party leader in Anambra State. Instead of living in fear of the unknown, the leaders are now resolved to fight to take back the region from the violent pro-Biafra group. And this is a politician who has pleaded, anonymous, who is actually against the indigenous people of Biafra, saying that they have discovered that the indigenous people of Biafra are making an attempt to eliminate all political leaders and traditional rulers in the southeastern region, saying that they are therefore ready for them, that they would not just be looking while the indigenous people of Biafra continue to launch an attack on them, killing every one of them, saying that the political elites have therefore agreed together as one to ensure that they fight back the indigenous people of Biafra, to ensure that they are wiped away, and that since they know the hidings of these IPOB leaders, that they are therefore ready to battle up with them and ensure that they get to the bottom root of this. The politician also said that, of course, that they are truly in support of Biafra and also the fight against marginalization of the Southeast, but to the extent of which they are being killed every now and then, that they have no choice than to withdraw their support from the indigenous people of Biafra, saying that the indigenous people of Biafra, if they do not stop their killings and also their threats in the southeastern region, that they should be prepared to face the wrath of the Igbo leaders and also the political elites in the southeastern region. We remember that the indigenous people of Biafra had at the time issued a Ghost Monday sit at home, which they forced many schools in Anambra State and some other business outlets to stay at home every Mondays. And after a particular point in time, they suspended that Ghost Monday, as they called it, order, of which some of the IPOB members are allegedly said to still continue to enforce it, even after their spokesperson had said that they had stopped it. And just recently again, to increase the fear, the November 5 to November 10 had actually been said would be a sit-at-home order yet again until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was released, on November. Is actually released for November 4th before they commenced their protest, saying that if they do not do so, that is, if the federal government refuses to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on or before November 4th, 2021, then they are going to continue with their sit-at-home protests. Therefore, security agencies have said that they are really ready en masse to protect the entire state of Anambra State, who will be having their gubernatorial elections for November 6, 2021, saying that every one of them that are ready to perform their franchise should come out that said day and exercise their